Hey friend, welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. Let's check in for your energies, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I know I've been off for a couple of days, but I'm back in action. All the mini reads, they're all being done. Probably had a little bit more folks than I anticipated, and I did have the weekend off. I do like to take my weekends off and spend that with my family. So in terms of the 72 hours, just be mindful of that. All right, guys, let's see what is going on and how we can support your journey. Straight up, we have got Queen of Pentacles energy. We have got the Four of Wands. And then the Hermit. So there seems to be maybe a little bit of a timeout in terms of energy. A little bit of sitting back and connecting in. But let's see where this takes us and what we need to know and get you some guidance here. Just remember, this is a general read. We'll do our best to get you a message today. And if you haven't already, and maybe you're new here, welcome. I know we get a lot of cool new subscribers that join us, and we have a lot of regular friends here, which I value and appreciate, and I'm fortunate enough to connect with the Hanged Man. What else have we got here? The Tower. Yeah, there's definitely something releasing. I can feel that. We've got the Temperance energy and Ace of Cups. So Temperance is sitting on the bottom here. And I'm sorry, the Five of Cups is sitting on bottom here. Yeah, so it seems right now that someone is looking either at their stability or place in a dynamic, or a certain path and journey that you're wanting to go on, or wanting to represent, or wanting to feel a certain place and space in. With this Hermit energy showing up, I just really feel right now that you're really wanting to connect into something. I don't know if this is around your family or around a specific connection or just the journey that you're on in general, but there's something about either a mother figure or a leader in some nature. And it's really looking within, taking some time to navigate and look at this and what this means for you, or what you want it to mean for you. The Nine of Wands with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Cups, it seems like whether this is now or something that may be coming through for you, it's interesting how this Knight of Swords is looking at the Nine of Wands. There's something that you've been working through or connecting into and feeling strongly about. But I also feel this little bit of sense of exhaustion as well, Pisces, that you're trying to hold space for, you're trying to stand up for, you're trying to manage. And I don't know what happens. There's either a cracking point or some really, maybe even an intense conversation that shows up here. And the reason it's showing up is because some change is required. Something needs to be different here around this. And I feel like this is coming in with a different power or a different energy to maybe have either some conversation or witness some situation, or, open up and speak up about this needs to change. With the Hanged Man, the Tower, the Temperance, and the Ace of Cups, whatever this conversation that may occur, or whatever's evidence to you of what's happening in this dynamic, and knowing a change is needed, there's also wanting some form of reflection, or really deciding on where you can give, where you need, not necessarily to receive, but what you also need as part of this equation to feel satisfied and to feel whole. And right now, maybe, some feedback or some news or some information is making you feel like, I am getting a little uncomfortable, but it's also, I just feel there needs to be a significant shift, a significant wake up. That's what I feel. There needs to be a little bit of a wake up call on something. And even if there is this little bit of wake up call or some realization around something for someone, whether this is you opening up to someone, whether this is someone opening up to you, I feel like it's going to allow you to get into a place of potential understanding, you, them, the situation, whatever it may be. But also maybe the conversation or maybe what you want to happen is not going the plan that you wanted. But I also feel it's giving you some reprieve and understanding that you can create a new beginning with this, whatever it looks like. Okay. What that new beginning is going to be different for all of you. But I feel it's allowing you maybe to connect deeper in a different way, whether this is for self or whether this is part of the connection, allows a fresh start. But I am sensing the disappointment, I am sensing the disappointment that does come with this. For some of you, you may be, if some of you are in a third party situation, whatever's happened or transpired around that, maybe there's some disappointment for someone as part of this equation. Again, that things aren't working out as potentially had planned. Maybe that's coming to an end for some of you. Maybe too, like someone wants to finally open up and express how they're feeling around it. Maybe there's a bit of a, I don't know why I'm getting maybe for some of you a bit of a love triangle that's going on here, but also in the same sense, I think some of you just want something to change. It's like you don't want to keep carrying on this way. You want to know potentially where you stand. You also want to stand your ground on who you are and what's important to you. And if this, not necessarily third party for some of you, but this could also be around what really matters, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you happy. For some of you, this could be around friendships, looking at some friendships that were great, but something's changed on that dynamic. It could be something that you need to kind of bow out of or say goodbye to or make a change to, so you can actually feel fulfilled in a different way. I feel like there's some of you that are closing out some connection and some of you that are welcoming in new. But either which way, whatever this is, it's still closing down something here is what it feels like. But let's have a look more what's underneath this and what we need to know. Interesting, I noticed that. Hierophant, 5 of Cups again. So there is some disappointment around a connection or potential partnership, maybe feeling let down, left out, not supported the way that you needed to on what you feel the commitment or the connection is really about. Maybe it's someone letting you know that they're not happy about certain things as well. So this could go either which way. We do have the Page of Cups energy. So this could be related to a younger energy, a younger person, or something newer that's incoming. We've got the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. There is something. We do have the 6 of Cups as well underneath. There is something that feels like what you see as potential, what you see as a future, you see the goodness of it or what it can be, but I feel like you're also being challenged and maybe need to look at things in a different way, on not focusing on the situation or the person, but focusing on what you need and what you're willing to do for yourself to get that feeling or that result that you ultimately seek. And sometimes those people may not be able to fulfill that, but is there another way? Is there another alternative? But I feel an important part is being true to you and being honest with yourself here, okay? Let's see where this is all going and what you need to know. We do have the Strength energy. We do have the 10 of Swords. We do have the Emperor, the Mother Star. We have the 3 of Wands and the Fool. And then underneath the Queen of Swords. So for some of you, you're really standing your ground and what you believe in and having a sense of control in a different way in how to handle something. I think there's a situation that some of you have just had enough of And again, really standing up for what you want, what you believe in, and what you're willing to give to. And while there might be this sense of awe and interest in something that you see the potential of, unless it's also matching you, and again, it might be something that you choose to speak about, I feel like you might be putting something really upfront around a situation to get a result. That result may not be exactly what you want, but I think it's going to allow something to take its natural course of action. And the only way for something to take its natural course of action is also to be able to stand up for yourself and what you want and what you believe in. And while it may not be the result that you want, it's allowing to take a natural course because you're standing up for yourself and what you want for your future and how you want to feel about it. And whether this person or this situation is coming in as this ride or die energy is what it feels like. Because this Emperor and the Mother Star, that's a pretty powerful energy. That's taking back your power. It's taking back your control, but also driving it forward in a way that you know ultimately what you want, what you desire, and you're willing to take the path of least resistance going forward, even though it may be challenging, even though it may not be easy, even though there could be a pretty hard ending that comes with it, right? It's like you're choosing you first, and there's nothing more powerful choosing you first, right? Choosing you first in whatever that comes in, whatever that desire, whatever that feeling, whatever that need is. And it's coming from a place, actually, I feel, of quite clarity and strength and understanding. In addition to that, with this Three of Wands and the Fool energy, I like the fact that you're looking at your future. You're looking at what you want. You're looking at where you want to stand and where you want to build and where you want to create. It's you've looked, you know. I know you know. And that's what it's, you're taking a pretty significant chance on yourself, knowing that that's the truth of who you are. It's knowing that you can create and bring in the things that you desire. But sometimes that inner conflict of you've got to be different, or you've got to give up something, or maybe I'm just putting that in my head. I can hang in a little bit longer. Can you? You know, because sometimes it's interesting, it's coming, the dispelling of information. And what I'm taking from that, because interesting thing to want to come through, for me, it means that there's some conversation or some truth that needs to be pushed forward in conversation, but also the willingness to stand by those things that you want and those things that matter to you. And if they're actually going to show up, and like, again, it feels like this ride or die energy. Are you showing up for me the way I'm showing up for you? Because if you're not, then we're not on the same page. When we don't want the same things, we're not heading in the same direction. And I think there's some realization of this and some soul searching and seeking again of who you are and what you want. And is this person actually coming on that journey with you? Because if they're not, then you know what? You've got to choose you. And damn right, Pisces, absolutely, you deserve that. What I sense with it, there's either a couple of things happening. There's either something here that is going to give a second heartbeat to, a second chance to, or it's going to open up a really sweet opportunity that even in the difficulty of potentially ending something or choosing something different because you're choosing you, that it's going to also bring in something pretty powerful that maybe you're not expecting. There's something, I'm just getting something powerful from this conversation, this willing to take a chance on yourself in this situation, that whatever kind of happens here, it's going to put you on a path to exactly where you need to go. Even if it might come in separation to togetherness, that's a potential and possibility. But the separation to togetherness is going to get you on the right path. It's either going to bring you in closer to what is truly meant for you, whether it's with that person or without that person. It's going to navigate you to exactly where you need to be in respect to exactly in alignment of what you're calling in and what you're seeking. It's a pretty powerful message, guys. It's a really powerful message. And I know sometimes it's really hard to make those decisions, but just imagine that having these hard conversations or making those tough decisions, those tough choices, or opening up and choosing you, that all it does is bring in everything that you've ever wanted, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but it's setting you on the right path, the right trajectory. Again, there's this ride or die movement that I feel is happening right now for you, Pisces. As I said, and I have mentioned, as we're getting into the last half of April, a lot of things are shifting and changing. You're either getting closer, or you're getting, to what you want, or you're getting further apart from what is not truly meant for you, so you can get closer to that thing you want. Naturally, with any shedding, with any change, there is leaving some things behind. But this is a pretty pivotal moment, guys, is what it feels like for you. But again, what I love most is it's choosing you. So I don't know. I kind of think roll with that, because you're a pretty powerful, amazing person, and you deserve all those things that you want and desire, and you're allowed that ride or die, energy and movement in your life. And I really feel that you're going to truly witness this within yourself and give yourself the allowance to also receive that back. And as I said, you deserve it, Pisces. I'm going to leave it there. Catch ya.